Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to this tarot and oracle card reading for the spring equinox and also the new moon in Aries. It's a very special time of year as we tip gently from winter into springtime. And with this new moon here, it's a great time to be setting your intentions for the coming month, the coming year, and to think about where you want to be this time next year. So I've done a reading of oracle cards and tarot for you, and I started off by going for the Moonology card, which is the new moon in Aries, and the message here is go for it. And how appropriate is that as we start off with our new year? I know we think of January the 1st as New Year, but this is really the new year for those of us that are into astrology. And go for it is you've got to start doing things now. It's all very well. We've had 2 or 3 months where, yes, we've been getting over the fact that it's winter. It's nearing into the season when things start to grow, but we've still been feeling a bit dormant. But now we've got to get going. So what is it that you want to get going in? And this new moon in Aries, which is a strong energy, I won't even begin to go into all the other astrological things that are going on, but believe me, there's a lot going on. But if we look at this card here, we can see this almost volcanic energy here. And to me, it is saying that for all of us, this is a time to start making happen all those things that you started to plan for, you thought about in January, February, and you thought, what's this year going to be like? So go for it. What is it that you are going to go for, and how are you going to do it? So we've got the right energy supporting you in this. What do you want to do with it? The next few cards are from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Oracle. And the first one that comes up is the oyster. Now, as we all know, with an oyster, there is, if you're lucky, a hidden pearl inside, a hidden treasure. What treasure, what part of you are you hiding from the world at this time? What do you think should be seen that perhaps hasn't been seen? A side of you, a part of you, an idea from you, a project, a new way of looking at life, at relationships, at work. This oyster is kind of, you can feel the energy sparking out from it. It wants to burst open and show the world the treasure within. So I think when we're looking at the go for it overall message for this time, it's okay, go for it. Go to actually, don't be afraid to show yourself for who you truly are. Let others see you as you are. As I said to somebody only today, warts and all. It's not a very nice phrase, is it? But you know what I mean. It's just let people see you for who you are, the light and the dark, the shadow side as well as the bright side. Because by doing that, you're allowing the world to see you as you truly are, and you don't have to play games anymore. The next card is the tarantula, which actually in this deck is a fire animal. And you can see the fiery energy coming off the tarantula. Well, I have to say that along with many of you, I'm not terribly keen on spiders. And I have actually seen a real tarantula. They're not huge, but big fat hairy legs, not nice. However, this is a friendly tarantula. This tarantula is a wise tarantula. This tarantula is your friend. And she, I feel it's a female energy here, she is encouraging you to go out there, to be wise, but to search for what it is that you're really looking for. You know, spiders work very hard to create those intricate webs. And then, as we know, they wait for something to come along and be caught and possibly eaten. However, for you, the message here for all of us is that we need to start working hard towards whatever it is we want to achieve this year. So with this new moon energy, with this spring equinox energy, you're going to be going for it, which is to reveal to the world who you are and what you are. But what project, what idea, what new way of being do you want to put into practice? Because she's going to support you and give you the energy that you need to do it. We then have the fox. Beautiful fox here. And we know the phrase wily as a fox, but in this deck, the fox particularly represents loyalty and partnership. And it may or may not refer to a romantic partnership, but I think the energy here for us is to look at who we can partner with in the long term to help us to achieve whatever goals we're going for. And the fox is wily, the fox is wise. And he or she, they use their energy for the best for them and their family. So I have a strong feeling of family unit, but also of friends and of that group, that synchronicity that we get when we work with a group. So take the earth energy of the fox. She has a lovely gentle look in her eye, doesn't she? And what can you nurture with others to bring into fruition? And then finally, we have the dragonfly, this beautiful, fleeting gorgeousness, the air energy of the dragonfly. And as we know, air controls the mind. And the dragonfly is here to tell you to calm your mind so that you can have the clarity that you need to bring things to fruition, to get going. I say bring things to fruition is more about getting things going so that you can eventually bring them to fruition. And I'm really drawn to the beautiful blue colour here, this delicate blue. The dragonflies, they don't last long, they're fleeting. So this energy is fleeting for you. It's like saying, take time out now to calm your busy mind, like the dragonfly when it hovers very still over the water. Just calm your mind and then allow it to focus so you get that clear thinking that will help you to move in the right direction. I then drew 2 cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid, and the first one is these lovely elephants all in a row here called By the Book. And the traditional meaning, I think, with this card is that to do things by the book is to do things in the traditional manner. And here you have the leader elephant with the follow-on elephant with the baby elephant, all trooping along the desert, one going after the other. But the energy I've got for you with this is to question whether or not you need to do things by the book. There is going to be quite a lot of disruptive energy around over this coming year. And if we harness it for good, for the good of ourselves, for the good of others, if we harness it, then we can do things in a different way. Okay, disruptors can be negative or positive, but if we can harness things in a positive way, we don't have to do things by the book, because the rule book is being rewritten now. Ways that worked for many years, or maybe they didn't work, but they were accepted for many years, I'm talking hundreds of years sometimes, are now starting to be, the rules are being torn up, books are being torn up, and we are saying, okay, that may have worked in the past, but it's not going to work now. So in your life at this moment, what might you have been doing in the old way? Going back a bit to tarantula energy, actually. In the old way that now you need to think about, how could I do that differently? So take time when you're hovering like that dragonfly with the clarity to think, okay, how do I want to operate in the coming weeks and months? Because this energy is saying, just think carefully how you want to do something and maybe change things up a bit. The next card is a beautiful card. It's Soulmates. And I just love these 2 beautiful penguins there. festooned with hearts. This is a good time for you if you are looking for a soulmate, if you are looking for somebody in love. And I don't, as many of you know, I do not often do relationship readings, but we can't avoid the soulmate card. So it's a good time for you to be thinking about getting going and perhaps looking for that soulmate. If you're not happy with things as they are, then maybe you need to shake things up a bit. If you are in a relationship with your soulmate and maybe things have got a bit stale, then how can you bring back the loving magic into that relationship? If you have split up with somebody and maybe you are feeling a bit sad or a bit lonely, how can you overcome that now to move into the new year, new beginnings, and learn from what happened so that you can go and find another soulmate? I am a great believer that we have many soulmates, and they're not just members of whatever sex you might be attracted to. They can be family members, they can be pets. I am absolutely convinced that I had a cat called Morris who was my soulmate, one of my soulmates. There's a whole thing about twin flames versus soulmates, but this is a soulmate card. So soulmates can be people, a person who you relate to on a soul level, that your soul, your spirit resonates with. And yeah, this card is coming up to say that if you haven't got a soulmate in your life or you don't recognize one, then now is a good time to be going out and finding one. And then we have three oracle cards, sorry, 3 tarot cards to finish on. And I've drawn these from one of my favourite tarot card creators, Chris Ann Donnelly, who has created the Light Seers deck, which is one of the most popular decks and one that I recommend when I'm teaching tarot to people who've got beyond the beginner stage. It's a wonderful deck with great energy. But she's also created a deck called Curious Creatures. And being a somewhat curious creature myself and loving all that is quirky, this is just adorable. It's got a very light, playful energy with a depth to it. All the images, I will show you, well, nearly all of them anyway, are of animals, but with human faces, bodies, whatever. So it's a curious combination, and they're dressed very wackily. Anyway, the first card that came up for you at this time of year for the spring equinox, or whenever you watch this, is the Ace of Pentacles. And here you can see this lovely hoop. It's like a croquet hoop, isn't it? And then leading right the way through to the pentacle and what is possibly, very probably, a bear claw. It's handing, this bear is handing you the Ace of Pentacles. Now, Pentacles, it's earth energy, but it's to do with abundance. It's to do with your job, your career, how you make your money, your pastimes, your hobbies, and also your family. And the aces are new beginnings. So this is absolutely perfect. This could be a new beginning, a new job, a new relationship within a family. It isn't to do with emotions so much as the practical down-to-earth dynamics, if you like. But it's being given to you. It's like the universe is giving you this opportunity for a new beginning in some way, somewhere that you spend your time and energy on. And it's just flourishing. So the bears come out of hibernation at this time of year as they trundle down from their snowy hibernated places to come and find food. And you can see here this lovely floral abundance that's going on here. So where is this beautiful green path going to take you if you accept the oracle, sorry, the pentacle from the bear? So new beginning. We then have the Hanged Man. And this energy, and it could be, it's the hanged man, it's the hanged person, the hanged woman. In this case, I think it is, it's like a red, not a red squirrel. Not sure, I can't remember what animal it is. But it's a sort of reddy, foxy kind of one. I'm not sure if it's a fox though. Anyway, this figure is suspended very comfortably, looking extremely happy there, full of energy really. But this energy is about taking a bit of time to review and reflect before you dash into action. So although one of the first cards was, you know, get going, yes, get going, but take time to reflect on what it is that you're getting going to. There's a lot of reflection and a lot of thinking, I think, to be done as well as action at this time of year. And again, we've got the abundant leaves up here. So it's almost like if you think carefully now about what it is that you want to achieve in the next 2 or 3 months, never mind the end of the year, then you're going to be much more successful than if you just charge into it, that sort of, you know, Knight of Swords energy. So Hanged Man energy, Major Arcana energy, so strong energy to just take time and reflect. And sometimes there is a spiritual element to this. If you see, he's got a lovely sort of halo there. And I would say that this is also time to reflect on what is your life purpose? What is it you're meant to be doing at this stage in your life? So just reviewing and reflecting on that will benefit you no end. And then finally, we have the World card, which is sort of, I sort of almost expected the Fool card to come up because it's a new beginning, it's a new year, if you like. But actually, I think this is affirmation, confirmation for you that you have actually completed a cycle in your life. Now, the World card comes when you have finished one journey and are starting another. So if we take the energy of the Hanged Man, you can be reviewing and reflecting on the fact that you have completed you have completed one life journey circle. And when you do that, it's really important when you are reflecting, as he's in the tree pose of, it's a very similar figure actually. Again, I think this is a fox, and that's, what's the chances? But he is reviewing, I think it's a he. Anyway, the fox is reviewing the progress, the lessons, the successes and the failures that journey and adventure have brought the fox. And now it's time to move on. But before you move on, you need to look at what are the lessons learned and what do you want to take into this next stage, which is now the time to get started on. So that is your reading for the spring equinox for this new astrological year, the new moon in Aries, this fiery energy. There's going to be a lot of fiery energy going on, I think, at the moment. And, you know, you can either ignore it or you can catch the wind and go with it, because it could be an exciting ride. So I hope very much that this has given you food for thought. As ever with my card readings, they are intuitive messages from Spirit. I love tarot, I love oracle, I also love teaching it. So, you know, if you're thinking about learning it, do let me know, because I'd be more than happy to have a chat with you and talk about that. But in the meantime, may I wish you love, light, happiness, and don't forget to find your spark for life, because that's the most important thing to keep you going and to keep the light burning for all of us. Thank you, my lovelies.